So it's bounce now or cut it off time, guys. This is it. Bitcoin's on a very big local level here. We need something from the market. So we're going to talk about all these big levels. We've got alts on support. We've got a whole lot going on. If they lose levels, we're going to have you guys covered. So much going on here today, plus metals and stocks. But as always, hit that like, hit the bell, hit the subscribe. It's Monday today, but Chaos couldn't make it. So what I've done is I brought in my prop-funded experts here from the 𝗕𝗏𝗙𝗏 Discord, and they're going to join us today as well. Here's one of them at the moment. There's 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗏𝗏 over here. Well, that is what we call her. She's ready to go. Sculpting like a degen. We're gonna speak to her just now. And then we got Mr. Bearish in the house. Congratulations to you, sir, on Friday, telling everyone how bearish you were.
Bearish AF, if I remember correctly.
100% correct. Okay, so well done for you. I took a massive liquidation. I was super happy with myself, very proud of it.
I think everybody got smashed, no?
Now we need the bounce, guys. Okay, so James is in the house. We're talking conspiracies. Is Jeffrey Epstein actually Satoshi? I mean, that's the latest Max Bear vibes going on out there at the moment. So yeah, let us know in the chats. I'm also running a poll at the moment as well. What I want to know is, can we trust this bounce? Is this bounce real or isn't it? Or are you just here for 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗏𝗏? Okay, let us know what you guys are thinking there in the chats. Now, jeez. Okay, I haven't seen this much green in a very long time. It's the first time I've needed sunglasses in a while. Let's just breathe and let's just take this in. And I'm just saying to James now, are these bastards going to come and absolutely ruin my gardening over here? Okay, like this is beautiful greenery at the moment. Please don't come and wreck me just yet. I've already panicked. Head shorted here for you guys. I'm going to show you why. Bitcoin's at a local VWAP here. If it breaks through, we're cooking though, and we're going to get a bigger move here. So right now, local resistance. If it blows through here, guys, I think it's all systems go for another little move to the upside. Now, there we go. Okay, so this is what we're watching here at the moment. Bitcoin locally on the 30-minute time frame, we are sitting at a danger zone. We've also got a local VWAP sitting in that area, so we can see immediately this is a possible lower time frame rejection zone. So look out for something like that over there, and then possibly another little dippy coming. If we can blow through the skies, then we can probably ramp up some of these longs a little bit. Let's look at the slightly higher time frame and just see exactly what I'm talking about. So you can see now on this chart, this is the 4-hour time frame, and in terms of the oscillator, wow, I mean, guys, we got punished. But look what we've been given. We've been given VWAP reversals, blue reversal dots, triple divergence prints, all sorts of things. The cash flow is even turning up a little bit. Is this real? Like, can we actually trust what's going on here? I've got so much trauma and so much PTSD. But anyway, here we go. So local resistance, you can see this 236 fib is going to be the first big one, 80,100 at the moment. Then if we start grinding a little bit higher, the next big one that I like to look for is going to be this 83.5. If we go to 83.5, I think we're going to have a little bit of fun. We should see these alts at least start giving us a little bit more energy at the moment. Okay, so hoping for something like that. And I know a lot of guys were saying we need entries. Well, we covered a ton of entries last night in the Hackers private Zoom session that we do on a Sunday night. Everything was sitting on levels. I also told the Hackers Discord this morning that I was going long on a couple of plays. Yeah, we got alts on major support. So if you have missed some of these bounces, let's just take a look for context and see where we are and try and get you guys covered. Okay, and yeah, Yumi, I've totally got PTSD at the moment. Guys, let's see the poll. Let's see what is going on here at the moment. Let's see, 35% say the bounce will hold, 49% have no faith in the bulls anymore. Look at that. And 16% are here for 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗏𝗏. Well, I mean, that's not a bad result at the moment. She's just shown me she's made a comeback in the Blofen comp. She's come from the depth of hell and she's now running second or third, and she's tailing me at the moment. So we're going to talk about that one as well. Okay, so guys, there's your big zones at the moment for BTC to the upside. And then in terms of support, take a look here. What do we got? 74,600. This is going to be our line in the sand here at the moment. Let's see what happens here. If we start dipping to that zone, it's going to get filthy. These alts are going to get rinsed again, and we're going to have to start dealing with things. Now, when I say dealing with things, let's take a look. Well, there's our daily. That was our plan we gave yesterday on the Zoom. We were looking for that little flush, which we have now. Now, in terms of the weekly, guys, here's BTC on the weekly. This was this big bounce zone that I have been covering, obviously, for a long time, and we are here now. And when we hit a zone like this, I push buttons. Okay, we don't wait. We look look for the big zone to hit there, and that is where we start engaging. So we're getting a little bit of a bounce now, and obviously on the weekly chart, we can dream of amazing things, and if we do push higher, there's that 83.5 I spoke about, but even 86 and what else, 88 could potentially come into play, provided Uncle Donald doesn't wreck it with one of his tweets or something like that at the moment. Okay, so right now you can see the weekly picture there is making sense for some kind of short-term move and then possibly a little bit more downside. Now, I know the Nagel is here as well, and he's talking about, what did he say, 69K. So when he's back in the back end here, we'll speak to him and see what he has to say about things. Jiba says, is this time different? Well, guys, what I can tell you factually is this is the biggest week in crypto since last week. Okay, and we're going to cover the news. James agrees. Okay, we're going to cover the news. Yeah, let's go. It is. Okay, so guys, let's get into the news. I mean, another monstrous liquidations. But, firstly, we got to cover, obviously, we at max sphere. Okay, we had 14 here. Well, it's not max. It can actually go lower.
We win single digits.
But we are at bounce now or cut it off. Guys, I only pull this thing out in emergencies. Okay, like literally it's got to be an emergency here. And liquidations, let's see what's going on. We're on 780 million. If they start pumping this, guess what, bears? Okay, prepare yourselves. Okay,
so get the day is still fresh. Lots of time yet.
There's lots of time there for a little squeezy, and there's also a lot of time for a little bullish wipeout. Okay, so let's just be smart. Okay, so let's talk about this. Bitcoin price getting held up by astrology at the moment because we know it's a bull moon. Isn't it a bull moon today or tomorrow?
Yeah. I don't know today, tomorrow. Yeah, it's imminent anyway.
Okay, well, the moon's going to come and save us, guys. Okay, it's around the corner. And this, I don't know why I found this hilarious. I think these guys just finally got a taste of crypto. And it's like, sold Bitcoin, bought silver in FOMO at 120. That was so good. Silver crashed to 80, swap back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin collapses on the weekend. I mean, I don't know what else we need to say. It's so terrible. Trading and FOMO can be so ridiculously brutal, guys. Okay, now this is 2026 teeing us up so far so good. Okay, looking good for me at the moment. I'm currently trading with the children's lunch money. I mean, that's kind of where we're sitting at the moment. So hoping to push on a little bit further. Now, Polymarket says there's a 79% chance of somebody throwing something at 𝗍𝗍's face at a crypto event in 2026. What is wrong with this? What is going on today?
What did you not hear? Because it was just like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. He's like, we're in a super cycle. I'm certain of it. Going to happen, and then just 2 days ago or whatever, he's like, oh, super cycle's done, it's never going to happen now. So yeah, people are hating on him.
So anyway, now this is on Polymarkets, guys. I mean, and there's like a lot of volume in it at the moment as well, apparently. Now, here's the big news of the day. As it turns out, Jeffrey Epstein is Satoshi. Okay, just clarify exactly what's going on. Did we get the over our eyes?
Right. Yeah, that's what they're saying, that he was in the beginning of this, and the founders are actually named here. And everything else, saying that he was working with them, funded it, all the rest of it, that yeah, he was working on this years before it actually came out, and he may actually be the ringleader. Very spicy.
Well, we've always said Bitcoin was a product of the CIA or something like that. So I suppose it's a little bit of a combination at the moment. So guys, there you go. Jeffrey Epstein is officially Satoshi. It's been uncovered. Still bullish on Bitcoin. Okay, let's go. Let's see what's going on out there. S&P, guys, nice and green at the moment, looking good. Got work to do. Okay, I know Ben Cowan is saying this thing needs to dump 10%. Let's just see exactly where 10% is from here. Oh my God, that's gonna get dark, guys. Okay, that's gonna get a little bit rough out there. Yes, there we go. 200-day MA. I'll take that. Okay, longs on the S&P 6,436. I guarantee you, these guys will be longing that 200-day MA. Even if it's a small bounce, they're going to long the living daylights out of that thing. Okay, so S&P, that's an interesting one there at the 200-day MA. Now, guys, remember, it's taken gold 13 billion years to reach $1,000, and then it lost $1,000 in 2.5 days. Okay, so this is how bad leverage is, I suppose. This is how insane FOMO is. TikTok, all these things promoting all the gold and the silver situation, and that is where we find ourselves at the moment. So gold, guys, gold traders, 4 hour, what did we get? Massive drop eventually onto the 50-day moving average. Okay, that was a big level. I spoke about that on that short show I did on the Banter main channel yesterday. So fought 𝗵𝗵𝗃 onto that 50-day MA for the bounce. But right now, short term, gold is looking a little bit bearish still short term. Again, higher time frame stuff, who knows? Maybe it does go to 10K, maybe it does whatever it needs to do. But right now, in terms of the chart, this is looking like a little bit of a problem for me at the moment, okay, especially for the gold bulls. So in terms of danger zones, you can see we've had our first rejection already at that trend and retest of horizontal. So 4,850 looks like trouble for me, and 5K looks like trouble for me at the moment for gold. Okay, I'm not trading any of these at the moment, just kind of watching from the sideline. I've obviously got I got some copper, but I'm out of everything else here at the moment. Okay, now here's silver. Oh no, sorry, it's a meme coin on
looks the same.
It looks the same. Okay, here's a penguin. Okay, it's behaved exactly the same as silver. How did it behave? Everybody got hyped up, everybody had FOMO, and everybody bought it, and then everybody came and got rinsed. Okay, so there you go. Welcome to Crypto Silver Bros. Good to have you here. Good to have you feeling our feelings. Okay, so silver, same story. 50-day MA, big bounce, 72 to 70. This is our support until proven otherwise. Okay, you can see the guys have been scalping off this 50-day MA, very much like gold that you've seen that reaction. In terms of danger zones now for silver, quite interesting. 83.3. This is our local 236 fib rejection zone. Remember, when something is ultra bearish, you can bang out a short at that 236, or when you're ultra bullish, you can look for longs off that 236. Obviously a little bit risky, but you can see here, anybody that shorted that 236 is cooking a little bit now to the downside. Now, there's potentially a longer term play to the downside on silver. There's targets at 50, 55, those types of levels that are of interest, but we'll have to see how high this extension goes. But I do believe if we do start climbing higher, we are going to get a lower high, and we're going to get an epic second bite at that silver short. So it's just a matter of time. I'm just waiting and watching now until we see clues from our oscillators. We want to see this thing either sitting on a nice support or pushing into a rejection with the appropriate divergences, and then we're going to make a call on what we're going to do with silver. Okay, so just being patient at the moment. I'm running some copper at the moment. This thing has actually done well relative to gold and silver. Okay, so copper, look at that, guys. 50-day moving average, nice bounce. Okay, there we go. And that's our main support, 5.63. And then in terms of today that I gave the chart hackers, the degen support, 5.74. And we can actually start moving that up now. Okay, so degens, we can take that level away at the moment, and we can start using this region over here as your main support zone. Okay, so that is 5.81. Okay, so anyone long at the moment, 5.81 looks like reasonable degen support for you guys. Target here, 5.996. That could be a bit of trouble if we push higher, guys. 6.2 on copper, looking interesting. I'm not expecting a new high, just some kind of pumpage here, and then maybe a rollover. Has Nagel arrived yet, or is it just Kim funded yet at the moment? We're still waiting for Nagel.
Doesn't look like he's made it back, no.
Okay, maybe he's stuck in the interwebs. Okay, we'll bring him back. Kim funded, are you strong? Are you okay there in the back? We're going to pull you out now. We're going to talk scalp. Yep. Okay. She's good. She's strong. Okay. Let's go. Let's talk the Dixie, guys. Obviously, this is a big one for us at the moment. I've started tracking this for the show again for you guys. Just watching this one closely in terms of what's going on. We can see dollar strength. There were multiple reasons why that Dixie has climbed over the last few days. Number one being, what's his name? Walsh. What's his name? What's his name? Walsh.
Kevin Walsh, yeah.
Okay, there you go. So he's a little bit hawkish. He's like a dollar. He wants a stronger dollar, things like that. Generally, he might come out the gates and be totally dovish and surprise us. But right now, dollar obviously reacting, and that's resulted in everything else dropping to the downside. Oil, interesting one. Obviously, this war situation has de-escalated a little bit, and now we're dropping. We're back on that 200-day moving average zone. If you're looking for a bounce here, oil 61, guys. VWAP 618 trend horizontals. We're pretty close to some kind of reversal here. So 61 to 60, guys, could be a long zone on oil. Anybody wants to trade oil, remember, we're doing this on BitGet, TradFi, and also stocks on the regular BitGet as well, and on BTCC. You guys can get it both. There are links in the show description if you want to join us. And PMG George says, Walsh hammer. Okay, so let's go. Let's get into some stocks here, guys. I'm not going to harp on too long about this stuff, but strategy stock slide as Bitcoin falls. What does the company do, James? They buy more. Okay, so yeah, MicroStrategy has bought more, trying to basically save the market. Now, remember, this is what it's going on at the moment. Their stock price is dumping, all these types of things, and they're basically waving around 11.25% dividend. I don't know how it works. it just sounds amazing. You know, it sounds like very like Luna offered a nice return. Luna offered a great return, 18%. It ended so well. And now we're at 11%. It seems like this thing just keeps going higher. But anyway, that's another discussion for another day. What we're waiting for is possible longs at 100 for MicroStrategy at the moment. Let's see if we are going to get something like that. Longs at 100, that makes sense to me. Now, what has just happened? We've lost a major level. So what I expect with MicroStrategy, if it starts climbing back up, it's naturally going to move higher with a stronger Bitcoin. Looking for a rejection here, probably going to front run Bitcoin in terms of a rejection, things like that. I think the signs will be there, and then we'll possibly get that short. So right now, 167, tentative short zone for MicroStrategy. Let's see what Bitcoin does. Let's see where we are at a rejection zone. We'll weigh this up during the course of the next week or so. I don't know how long it's going to take. And Chamburn, he's still bullish on Luna, bro. He's holding strong. Okay, nice. You never know. Maybe it makes a comeback. Okay. Tiny little dip there. Okay, so guys, there's MicroStrategy looking for a bit of upside, possibly 167. Based on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin rolls over, this thing's rolling over earlier. I think that's just how it's going to play out. Okay, so waiting patiently on that guy. Remember, guys, all these stocks and charts are in the Chartakers Discord for you. They posted there live after the show. You can get all of them now. We're also running something for you guys because I got my prop-funded, bit-funded team here today. So there's a special code, and James, can you just go check that it's in the show description? But basically, the first 15 that sign up to the Chartakers Discord today, and you can obviously have access in the Discord to our prop funded team. That's the Nagel and Kim funded, and you'll have access to everything else. And they obviously are going to get a $10,000 Bitcoin, a $10,000 bit funded trading account. Okay, so let's just see confirm the link is there, and then I'm going to tell you how you're going to go about getting it. Okay, so you're going to have to sign up today, the first 15, and then you're going to email, and James is going to put that in, Dylan.giveaways at James is going to write that in there for us. Okay, we're going to deal with that now in a sec. Okay, now a couple of stocks, a couple of other stocks. Microsoft here, 425. It is support. I'm not ready to long this thing yet. I feel like 390, we need to wait. Okay, so 390 lower down. I'm just kind of waiting. Microsoft, a little bit concerned. Okay, Nvidia, I've jumped into this bounce long here. Okay, looking for this play at the moment. I want to see the 50-day MA hold. So that's 184, 185. I want to see that one hold. Hopefully, we're going to get a bounce. And then Netflix, I'm getting a little bit concerned, okay? Like Netflix is like not doing things at the moment, and we need it to basically start bouncing pretty soon. Okay, so I've got some Nvidia and I've got some Netflix here going on BTCC. Please, can you do something? If somebody could just poke it with a stick or something, make it go up. Now, the other one I'm watching is Oracle, 167 to 150. I think this could be a bounce play as well. Watching this closely, I just don't want to be in 5 million stocks in one go. But right now, 167 to 151, guys. Oracle is moving into an interesting zone here for us, even for a possible short-term bounce. Look at that divergence is going to form the minute we get some kind of bounce out of the market. Okay, so waiting patiently here. I think this is close to some kind of short-term bounce here in terms of this guy. Okay, now we've covered Bitcoin. We've covered the weekly, the monthly. You guys know exactly what's going on. Now it's time to get into altcoins. Okay, so we're going to be talking to Kim Funded. She's fighting back hard in that blowfin comp with her scalping strategy. And yeah, I mean, she's actually put the rest of the team to shame. Okay, she smashed all the traders there, okay, except me, okay, luckily. But she smashed Panda, she smashed Jay, she smashed Nagel. She smashed, you smashed Dave, you smashed Chaos, and DJ Dave's a very good scalper as well. He's a very good trader, and she's taken them all out. So we're going to talk about that, and you guys obviously have access to her scalping strategy in there in a couple of minutes. So we're going to bring this thing up here, Kimmy, just now. We're going to talk about that. Mia, I did drop the render when entry again earlier today. I told the guys I was going long. We'll have to take a look and see where we are at the moment, but it was in the box earlier today. We will cover that one. Now, in terms of the alts that we're going to talk about now, guys, I've got ETH, I've got Sol, I've got Hyperliquid Pump. We're talking about render. Mia, that is coming in hot. What about things like 𝗬𝗬𝗏? What about virtual? I've got that. 𝗬𝗏 was on support. We covered that one nicely yesterday. 𝗬𝗵𝗿, I know a lot of you guys doing that. Dark Horse, I got Super for you guys. That thing I've noticed when the market turns bullish does like a 50-60% pump randomly, but we need a strong bullish market. So Super is one I want to talk about today. Cass. We waited months. Cass is in the zone. We're going to cover that one now. And Jason says Jeff can save us, guys. Yeah, I mean, we need a chicken to basically come and sort us out pretty urgently. Yeah, I think it's an emergency now with Jeff. We need to get him back in town. Now, let's talk about ETH, guys. One of the big ones for me and one of my concerns this weekend was the fact that ETH hadn't hit that 2,150 region. I was saying to the guys, I wasn't feeling max long comfortable because ETH hadn't settled down yet. It was front running that zone, and I wasn't just feeling happy. Now we can see overnight, ETH actually underperformed relative to some alts, and it printed new lows. And look at that, bang into our macro 786. Look at that, 2148. Let's just see exactly what it hit there. 2157. Okay, so pretty much in the zone for ETH. Obviously, we can have a little bit more fuck-aroundery in these types of areas. We can get chop and things like that, obviously, in that region. So what I would suggest depends on your horizon, depends on your time frame for your trading, but down to 2.1 looks like a reasonable area to play around with ETH. And then a little bit lower down, your backup zone, 1870, is starting to look interesting to me as a backup zone there for us on ETH. Now, possible short-term bounce coming. Where do we have to pay attention? So I've broken it into the 4-hour time frame for you guys. Where are the degen shorts? Well, number one, possible degen short for you, 2450. Look in that area. Higher conviction shorts. And again, we're going to have to monitor this day by day. Right now, to me, it's looking like 2780 as a possible higher conviction short. The reason I like this is the double undercarriage we see over here. We can also see VWAPs coming through. We can see our 0.5. So right now, that's the higher conviction short. And that obviously means we might have a higher target. But degens, 2450. And then you've got 2630. And then the higher conviction, 2780. Okay, now Joe says Mog has been destroyed. Find something that hasn't. Okay, I mean, they even destroyed silver, bro. Okay, like I don't think Mog never had a chance.
Didn't stand a chance. No. Yeah, I think most memes are pretty much over at this point.
Well, silver's the new meme, and now you can trade it using crypto on the exchanges. So why wouldn't they trade all these things? I mean, maybe that's the next play. Who knows? Okay, so guys, there you go. There's ETH possible targets there for you. Sol as well. This was a big one. We were talking about the zone last night. I wanted anything down for a retest back down to that 96 region, and there we go. Okay, so we're getting a short-term bounce on Sol now. At the moment, I am sitting in a Sol long, and best looking zone at the moment, 116. Okay, in terms of this 3-day chart, 116, guys. I wouldn't expect much more than that. If we do push higher, we're talking 10 or 12% at best. I think we should take what the market is going to give us and be super happy with whatever they're going to dish out. Okay, and in terms of Sol here, lower time frame degens, what you can use here, you can see our 100 has been reclaimed on the 8-hour candle. So you can use 100 as your first line of support for the degens. And then in terms of danger zones, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that super bearish 236 fib for you guys, just so you can see. And there's your possible first danger zone. Okay, so 108 looks like trouble, and then this whole box over here, guys, that's your local bear zone, 116 to 122. That's looking like a reasonable rejection zone there on Sol. Okay, so right now, like we need this bounce to hold. I don't want the market to give me a 3% bounce and send us down. That's going to ruin my day. Okay, so like we need to get this thing higher. Obviously, for me, based on the oscillators, the higher conviction shorts, they actually need these oscillators to get exhausted to the upside so that we can short them reasonably at good zones. Okay, so I'm waiting for that to start playing out. We want to see the strength for nice shorts if we are going to get them. Okay, Kim Funded, you're still strong in the back there. Do you have any setups? Or are you looking at anything there at the moment? What's cooking in your kitchen other than scalping furiously?
Honestly, I don't have anything right now because I actually aped into something, but I don't want to tell you because I'm trying to beat you.
Okay, fine. We're going to bring her back now. I don't think that's fair, James. I actually don't think this is fair. I mean, she's getting arrogant. Okay,
it is what it is. Hey, winner takes all. I don't blame her. I'd be holding that too.
Fine. I just give my thanks to everybody, though. But okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. We will just remove her immediately. Okay, so she's probably is cooking Jeff at the moment. Maybe that's why he hasn't made an appearance in a while. Okay, let's talk about Hype. Okay, so Hype emerges as the crypto market heaven. Permissionless markets on Hyperliquid hit record highs. Look, what we have seen, guys, and the fundamental guys obviously love these types of things, but Hype has relatively been holding super strong compared to these other coins, okay? Like really nicely. It didn't even come close to my big entry zone at 25.95. I saw, I envisioned ETH hitting 2150 and Hyperliquid dropping down onto that 50-day MA. I'm actually quite speechless about the current situation. Okay, so Hyper's looking good. I've longed the top on this thing, trying to get some momentum going. Let's see if we can play this out. 35.4, guys, and 38 are your two danger zones that you want to pay attention to. So very easy to push this up and reject again. So don't get too married to that one. And then the next one is 38 is going to be your next danger zone. I'm pity we didn't get the big zone over here. Maybe they give it tomorrow. Okay, you never know. You never know. We could be hours away. Now, in terms of pump as well, we're getting very bullish prints now on pump. And this thing's going to wake up. If the market wakes up, Sol starts looking good and other memes start popping, pump is obviously going to start flying, guys. We're getting 4-hour bullish div, we're getting blue reversal dots, we're getting all these pretty things at the moment on the oscillator that tells us we should be looking to take on a little bit of bounce risk here, even if it's a small amount, looking for a push to the upside. So right now, in terms of what I'm watching, okay, degens, like it's difficult to give the exact degen level here because the main one has got to be this 2323, okay? And that is the big one, 2323 support. That's our 50-day MA, multiple wicks, 618, all those types of things. If you are degen trading this stuff, okay, the best thing you can do is probably put a stop for a close under the existing 4-hour candle, 247. And again, it depends on how you're playing this. What is your leverage? What is your sizing? All those types of things. But we'll drop this in the Discord for you guys. 247, okay, is what we're going to be looking at there for the degens, and then lower down 2323. Let it sweat out if you need to. James, did we get the code?
I don't see any code. It just says to click here and it's buy one get one. I don't see a code
for the hackers Discord.
I didn't see. I was
okay.
I didn't see anything.
Okay, we're gonna figure it out. Okay, so basically, look, let's do it like this. Okay, the first 15 to join Chart Hackers today. Let's keep it super simple. Okay, if you join the Chart Hackers Discord today, you're going to mail dylan.giveaways@cryptobanter.com. James is going to drop that address for you right now. You're going to show them you signed up today, okay? Then once you're signed up, you're going to show these guys that you have signed up, and they're going to get you a 10K Bitfunded challenge account. Okay, let's keep it super simple. You happy with that, James? Does that make sense?
Sure.
You happy with that? Okay. James is happy. I'm happy. You know, as long as he's happy, that's good. Okay, let's go. Cosmo the Wonder Dog says ZEC. DJ and Dave was looking at that yesterday on the Sunday Banger. I think he covered a long position on that one. Oh, there we go. Mia, Render, TP1. Okay, so in terms of the when entry, we had to wait a little bit for that one. I need 𝗵𝗵𝗃 here because I'm about to close my long here. I told the guys I was taking this thing for the competition. Okay, there it is. Close all. What do you think about that, 𝗵𝗵𝗃? Okay, now, even if it goes down, you can't take me out. Okay, so here's the current situation. Which one are you now? Oh, there you
I'm
are.
in third. Yeah.
92% 𝗵𝗵𝗃's fighting back. The Lord is at 171.5. I don't know who second is. Guys, remember, the top two community traders are coming on the show to give a setup. Okay, now I'm impressed Kimmy's been fighting back because there was a bounty on her head and she's come back hard. And let's just take a look. How many days we got left here? We've got 1 day, 17 hours. Guys, it's not too late. Okay, the top two traders are coming on the show and they're going to give us setups. James, where's Nagel? What happened to him? Where's he gone?
Guess his computer just decided not to work at all anymore. It's done.
Oh, maybe he was scared of 𝗵𝗵𝗃 out scalping him. Okay, maybe. It's possible. Okay, so guys, if you want to learn Kimmy's scalping strategy and how she's fought back from basically zero, what you can do is you can just tag her in the Discord, okay? And she's going to start doing a couple of scalping sessions because I told her there's guys that want to know exactly what she's doing. So her and the Nagel, our prop funded team, they're going to tee up together and they're going to be doing live scalping sessions. Any secrets you want to give away on the show, or should we well, actually tell us something. What do you do? What do you use? Are you doing it blindfolded? How do you do it?
No, I use the 3-minute and I just go for the highest or lowest volume.
Well, there's the entire plan given out to you guys. Okay, so if you want to go and do that with Kimmy, guys, you in the Discord, just tag her. Okay, and she's going to tell you when her next live scalping session is. But well done, Kimmy. Good fight back. I'm glad I've locked in those profits here, and we'll wait for the next one now and see what's going on. Okay, guys, let's talk a couple of big levels that were hit that we've been covering, obviously, for the last while. 𝗕𝗏𝗏 dropped into a major weekly level. I have taken the long, okay, but I'm under no illusions here that if you're looking at a weekly time frame, it's still super possible, okay, that this thing can drop another 12% from here, 14%, and still be in the weekly support band. So I don't want you guys to now go blindly long everything on 20x leverage. You're going to end yourself, okay? Look out, because if there's a second dip and Bitcoin goes down to 69K, 70K, which is Nagel's level, if it drops into that type of zone, these alts are going to drop. They're going to go down 10, 14%, and you're going to get these bounces. So look out to 𝗬𝗏𝗏, guys. Don't write this off. Please don't write this off. 170 to 160 is still on the table for Tau. I have started along on this, guys. I'm actually running it on Bitfunded. I said I want to try and smash this move here on 𝗕𝗏𝗏. So I'm running this now at the moment. I see we've just had a big rejection. Okay, so we're going to have to watch this one. Now, guys, what is Bitfunded? Bitfunded is essentially it's prop funded trading, but what you're doing is you're doing a demo account first. So you're getting your demo account, you're buying it, you're showing these guys you can pass the challenge 8%, 5%, or you can do the one step challenge, which is 10%, and then they give you a real money funded account. Okay, and that's why her name is Kim Funded, because like it's her hobby getting funded on these things, and she's in the Discord there to coach you guys. Okay, but like there's different rules and stuff, so it's very important that you listen to Auntie Kim Funded over here, okay, because she's going to explain all the rules to you. So those new guys that are joining today and you get that account, don't shoot all your bullets. Make sure you're attending the session, and her and Nagel will explain all of that stuff to you guys. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult is it to get funded, and how difficult is it to keep yourself funded on a scale of 1 to 10?
Jeez. To get past it, I'd say it's a little bit easier. So probably like a 6, 7. But once you're funded, it's actually, yeah, it's really hard to keep a funded account. I really think it's really hard.
Okay, so guys, it's hard, okay? But she's going to show you guys how to do it and how they do it. That's their partnership. That is what those two get up to in there. Oh my God, is 𝗕𝗏𝗏 falling over? Are we getting our rejection here at the moment? Well, let's crack on. Let's talk some more levels. Virtual, guys, look at this thing now. Dropped onto a 786, dropped onto a undercarriage. Look at this old undercarriage from basically the dark ages, the good old days. Look at this, April 25, when everything exploded. We back here on this level. So 0.6222. I've had a crack at this one as well, looking for a bounce here on virtual. You can see very short-term bounce we're looking for at the moment. I'm not looking for too much in the market, but if you look at a chart like this and the market does get some kind of energy, I think it would be pretty reasonable to assume that it could start attacking some of these levels to the upside. What I want to suggest here literally is, if the market gives you a little bit and you're feeling a little bit happy with what you're getting, take some out, because this market has been absolutely brutal, and we saw last week how they can take it all from you very, very quickly. So if you're feeling in profit and stuff like that, just de-risk yourself, take some profits, just, you know, bank what you can here with this market. Another interesting one for me, guys, Aero. Look at this thing. This is a major 3-day level. Look at this. Everything's hit big levels. And right now, guys, anyone looking for a bounce on Aero, your main support now is 3530. Okay, so another massive weekly level hit here for Aero. Let's see if this thing can hold these zones. I mean, right now, all we want to do is make sure we can build some kind of position somewhere in that area and even get some kind of short-term move. Now, in terms of possible downside, let's just take a look. Like if you're diving into Aero now, your risk is obviously 13%, but that could literally tie in with a quick dip on BTC as well, maybe fresh lows for Bitcoin, and these alts could possibly be settling at some interesting zones. So Aero is back on the table for me, and remember, on Mondays is the day I update these higher time frame charts for you guys, so they're starting to filter through now in my channel as well for you guys. They are there, and James apparently owners of Zcash was holding money for Epstein as well.
Ooh, spicy. The stuff there's going to be stuff coming out of this for weeks yet, because everybody's going through all of this, and I don't know how many, so many documents, but going to be spicy for weeks.
Don't forget, guys, they're holding money for Satoshi. Okay, don't forget. Okay, like we know now, it's out. Okay, bullish. Okay, let's talk about 𝗬𝗏. I mean, here's another one, guys. I used this as an example in the Hackers Discord last night. 23888. Okay, we used this one as our support. This was a 786 support, was looking for the bounce here on 𝗬𝗏, and now things are starting to grind a little bit higher. Okay, so in terms of existing supports now on the daily, you can see we've got a nice base that we can work with, 2388, and then you've got 2217. 2388 and 2217 is what you're going to be working with here. Okay, so this is your current support for 𝗬𝗏. If you take a look at this chart, I think it's reasonable to say if there is a bit of momentum in the market, you don't want to get married to too many big moves here. We're looking at levels here at 30. We're looking at 33 absolute max levels here in terms of what could be the potential upside. Okay, so again, still trying to be a little bit cautious. Yes, sir.
Just have to say, shout out to Panda here. On your Thursday show last week, he called out this exact level. It hit perfectly. I mean, it barely held the stop, but it did hold the stop exactly as he called it. So well done, Panda.
Dude, he loves a bit of 𝗬𝗏. He absolutely loves his 𝗬𝗏. Okay, he's a savage, that guy. Okay, so you can see the story here, guys. This is a typical alt. You're going to see Bonk as well. Typical, family of memes here sitting on similar levels. They do have potential, decent upside. If the market starts ripping a little bit, this is your big support that you want to be watching. Okay, so decent support there for 𝗬𝗏 as well. And then in terms of 𝗬𝗏, again, it's hit the big level. 1.0, what do we say? 1.1 down into what, 1.03. This was the zone that we've been talking about, and we've now had a reaction in here. Now, again, don't ask me fundamentally about 𝗬𝗏. Apparently, it's absolute trash now. But like, I don't know, a few months ago, it was the best thing ever. So I don't know, I'm losing track. But in terms of what's going on, we've got very big reversal prints now at the moment on the 12-hour. You can see that's looking aggressive. The only downside for me at the moment is, unfortunately, this cash flow is still trending down, and you really want to see this cash flow actually turning up to get more confidence. So now, right now, it's kind of turning down. So what I want to say here is just be super careful with how you're playing these things. And a lot of these alts in general, be careful with your sizing. Okay, there's no guarantee here that these things aren't going to come back for another little spin, because we really want to see the market coming back with proper cash flow here. And right now, that is not looking that good. Okay, so if you're sitting long, I have got a small long running on 𝗬𝗏 at the moment. And your options to exit, guys. Number one, okay, let me give you a few options here that you can play with. Number one is 1144, reasonable exit. Number two is 1048. That's a reasonable exit plan. And number three is obviously the wider play. That is 1. Okay, those are your reasonable stop zones or exit plays here if the market rolls over. Now, let's talk about things like Super, which for some random reason randomly pumps. Okay, like look at some of these candles here. Let me show you on the 12-hour why this is interesting to me. Okay, look what happens to this thing here randomly in the market. Okay, so when the market turns bullish again, you probably find these random guys start exploding. Okay, so look at that pumped 56% over there. Look at this one there, 59%. What was this from that low up there? Was 24%. So you're getting these like big wicks. You're getting these spikes there, 16% on this guy. So, I've sniffed around a very small position on Super. Just put it in isolated here, preset some TPs, guys. Maybe that's a plan. And if you get like a 15 or 20% bounce, that could be pretty nice. Now, again, I mean, by no means turning bullish on anything here in the market, but you can see the most obvious short zone is going to be something like that for us on Super, but we're going to need some green candles. Okay, so look, we can dream and imagine a 20% pump. James, is this pump going to hold? Dare we even ask for a 10% move?
I'm not feeling great about it. I'm long and short because it certainly could, but if it doesn't hold here, sorry.
Are you bearish?
Of course. But I'm heavier short than long. That's for sure. I'm swing short, hedge long. So
okay, I like that. I want to use that at dinner parties. I like that. I'm swing short, hedge long. Kimmy, long or short? Where are you seeing things?
I'm long.
Short term, long term,
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Short term.
I mean, I know you're
term.
talking 3-minute candles, so slightly different time frames, yeah. Okay, so really short term, you are long. Okay, where are you seeing Bitcoin in 10 days? More down?
In
More up?
10 days,
Yeah. Where do you see us at like the end of the week?
I hope we're a little bit further down.
You hope,
Honestly.
she hopes we go further down. Did you see James's eyes pop out of his head there?
You hope we're going down further. Damn.
Oh, these scalpers, these filthy scalpers. Okay, you see, she's not even watching the big context. She's just in there. She's in there. Okay, trying to take me out of the 𝗵𝗶𝗰𝗁 comp. I've got my eyes on that. Okay, okay guys. So there's a super. I've got a tiny position here in case this thing pops a little bit. Let me give you big support here. That is 1362. Okay, 1362. And Maruk, yes, Maruk's in the house. Haven't seen her in a long time. And Kung Fu 8 says 68 to 79. God, I mean, that's going to be messy, guys. Who still remembers a project called CAS? Look at this thing. Okay, we waited months for this. James, do you remember this thing?
I forgot it existed, to be honest. It used to be like the darling for the longest time, but that was 2 years ago now, I guess.
Dude, let me show you how long we've waited for this CAS. Okay, here's my channel here in the Discord. Where's this CAS here? Let me show you how long this has been. Okay, like, when did I draw this thing? Right there. This was it here. I think this guy, yes. So
2024?
Yeah, so we've been waiting since December. It's felt like forever. Okay, no, it felt like forever. But it's been a long wait. Okay, so guys, CAS is in the big zone. You can see there's a nice green reaction at the moment on the weekly. Again, is it sustainable? Like in a perfect world, we could dream and say, okay, cool. Maybe we're just going to run it down, run it up to one of these levels up here. Even that trend, we can dream about imaginary things. But right now, let's see if we can get a little bit of a move up out of the market. And then we can start talking about continuation plays and stuff like this. Yes, Mia, it was Chaos's baby. Did you notice how he stopped talking about it when it started capitulating? Suddenly, just
all of a sudden, radio silence, just nothing. Yeah.
See, Matt got divorced from CAS as well. I remember CAS once liquidated me so badly as well. I was like, it was a rough one. That thing fell over hard. Now, guys, SPX as well. This basically got me to the top of the 𝗵𝗶𝗰𝗁 trading competition. Okay, this was that order I told you guys about on the show. And we covered this one a couple of times. And I had an order waiting for that capitulation. I think me and Panda spoke through that last Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
So.
Yeah. So, big bounce on SPX. Like, can it come back down? Yes, guys. Of course, it can drop back down to the support, but we can use this now as our base to start playing with. Because if you take a look at this objectively, if there is a move to the upside, you're going to get some killer shorts in the market, and that looks incredible. Picture the same chart, MicroStrategy into the 50-day MA. Bitcoin, the same story. All these things hitting 50s and then rolling over. Okay, perfect world. That could be some nice shortage there for us. Okay, and then one more for James. Okay, should I say anything? Should I say anything?
How bullish this is? Is that what you're going to say?
Guys, I have no comment. All I know is when this thing comes, we are going to short it. Okay, like that's all I want to say at the moment. This thing is obviously looking better on the daily, looking better on the weekly. Again, the principle, guys, is all the same here for these altcoins. Okay, look at that. We got short-term moves, possible another rejection there at the 50. Look at that 50 and then some downside. So, guys, XRP traders, right now, use your support, 1.52. And, if we get momentum, guys, we're jumping out, 177, 180, those types of things. We got to be super, super careful. I know Dupes is trying to send this thing. What did he say?
60
cents. Okay, 60 cents. Okay, so guys, look, it's been a very rough couple of days in the market. Those gold and silver, they finally felt the pain that sometimes we as crypto traders have to deal with. Okay, so I just want to tell everyone there, everybody took blows. Okay, it wasn't just isolated events. Everybody felt some pain there. It was absolute filth. I was longing that 80K with conviction on Friday, looking for a short-term bounce. I got smacked. Okay, so it's the nature of the game. There is no crying aloud in the casino. And again, we pick it up and we go on those next zones. So for me, I just want to play these areas consistently and we try and maximize what we can and we understand where our danger zones are. So again, watch your position sizing, watch your leverage, how you're playing it, and give yourself breathable space. Give yourself wider stops. I don't want guys using like 0.5% stops, 1% stops. You're going to get yourself in trouble in these types of situations. So rather have a smaller position, then let it play out a little bit. When there's momentum, you start adding, and then you'll see you start getting this, and things will start flowing a lot better for you. So just hang in there, guys. Again, learning so much stuff. If you want, come into the Chart Hackers Discord. We'll sort you guys out in there, and just stick to communities. What does PMG George say? Small position. He's finally getting it right. James,
The
he's
first
finally
I've ever
getting it
seen that.
right.
I read it. I'm like, I'm reading that wrong. That can't be him saying that. It's supposed to be big move, massive leverage, all in. That's just typical. I don't know what's happened. Maybe he got smashed. He's got some sense in him now.
Small position, big move, guys, off the big zones. Okay, everything else in between is noise, unless you're getting coached by 𝗕𝗵𝗿𝗄𝗏. She'll explain to you how you go about doing those things. I saw her blowfin trading. How many trades in an hour did you say you took?
It's 25.
Disgusting. It's like Marouk's dream. Okay, Marouk's dream come true in there. Okay, guys, we got to bounce. Anything you'd like to say there, guys?
Good luck, everyone.
Anything you'd like
come scalp with me. Let's take Dylan out.
Whatever. Okay.
Bye.